Saturday.
You already know it is Saturday night. It is 9 o'clock, and that can only mean one damn thing out there on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. It is the time. It is the time of the atomic drop. My name is Paul Spencer. We got the crew tonight. The man next to me.
It's your boy, Larry Burke, Black Lightning. But my friends, these guys, they call me BL. And to my right,
the professor of old school wrestling, Eddie P. And to my right is
Kurt McGirt.
What's going on, fellas? It is Saturday night, and I know on Tuesday we mark about it, but Saturday night, we just going to get right the fuck to it. That's what we're going to do, okay? That's what we're going to do. Look, the first thing is I want to say is, usually, before we talked about on shows of, the Yeet Foundation coming down to the ring, spending 25 minutes. So I'm a little late to the party. I got my Yeet shirt on. So, I mean, it's, it's past the time, but can we talk about the opening in Chicago? I mean, home of CM Punk. Can we talk about this? Because I love talking about CM Punk. So let's get to it. CM Punk opens the show in Chicago. I'll start all the way down to the end here. Kurt, what did you see when you turned on the TV and said, it's Chicago, it's CM Punk time?
You already knew it was going to be a live crowd, and I like how the crowd is like, they feeding off of what the overseas crowd is doing, and they start doing the chants like they was doing. So like they're bringing their energy. I like that for like what was this, the first night back in the States. So definitely. Yeah, and CM Punk definitely brought the energy we needed in his home city to start the show. It made me want to see what this favor was. They just keep here. Wait.
Yes. It was like that low-hanging fruit, man. You're about to get it. You're about to grab that fruit, and all of a sudden, like, damn. I'm going to get it. Nah.
Quicker than that.
Yes. But, Kurt, you're right, man. I mean, the overseas crowd was insane how they did that soccer chant, that old school mentality. But I love how CM Punk was. He carried with it. Like, he acknowledged that, too. Like, overseas, well, Chicago is where it's at. You know what I mean? I love that. Eddie, how did you feel about the opening, man?
It was great. It's your typical great CM Punk opening. Best promo guy in the business. If he's not the best, the only person I can think of that he could be in the same league as Paul Heyman.
Well, we got it all tonight. We'll get into that. BL, what did you see, man? I mean, listen, you've been in the ring. You've talked promos and in the home city, man. You're in Johnstown. How would you feel about it? And how did CM Punk showcase what he was doing last night?
I mean, home crowd. He was excited. They knew he was coming right away. You know what I mean? They did the slow build, going right into it, and then, I mean, like Kurt said, he gave you that energy needed. Like you said, you got they're pulling in the crowd, and he knew he was at home, and he knew he was going to blow the roof off that place, and the build is just getting better and better and better. And like he said, they're just, here's a little seat, here's a little seat, here's a little seat. Make them wait, and then drop 100%. A bomb on them. So
100%.
Perfect.
I mean,
to get the
100%. That promo was insane. I mean, Kurt, you said it the best. It's like pull me in, then push me away. But man, CM Punk got on that mic, and just the way he's on that mic, the way he reacts to the crowd talking. I thought we was gonna get the favor right there, but when he said, "When your tribal chief arrives, that's when I'll talk about it," basically. Now at that point, were you automatically assuming that this is going to be the main event promo at the end of the show, or you think because there was a time where a car pulled up, and which we'll get to that as well, but did you think that was Roman Reigns in the car because the headlights was already up there when Heyman was in the driving coming down? The headlights was there. Did you think that was Roman right away?
Oh yeah. Did
you? Okay.
That was first thought. Yeah.
Okay. Chris P checking in. He's going to be one of our sponsors coming up. He does PRC Landscaping. He's going to be one of our sponsors coming up. Good friend of mine as well. Even though he's an Eagles fan, I won't hold that against him. But he says there we go. I know.
Where do we keep finding these Eagles fans at, man?
Well, you know what? I mean, listen, they've been down for so long. They've been up on the come up. So I feel like, it's their time for a couple, maybe a year or two, and then we'll drop them slowly. You know what I mean? Yeah. Every dog needs to shine once in a while, brother. You know what I mean? Yeah. But what did you guys honestly like? How did you feel about the promo in 100%? Because the opening, it set the tone in Chicago, man. home CM Punk. And I even love how he played the crowd, talking about AJ Lee, talking about his dog Larry. You know, that's an ugly ass dog. Have y'all seen that dog? That's an ugly ass dog.
God, I hate when he brings it up. My name is goddamn Larry. Shut up, Kurt. Shut up.
I didn't say it.
But I seen what you did there. You just led into that. I hate that he says that. This where he says my dog Larry. I'm like, that ugly ass dog, bro. Why? And here we are at the show. You bring it up again, but I mean, he knew what he was doing. I mean, that's part of being a promo legend. You know what I mean? You got to know how to take them up. You got to know how to bring them down. He knew his job was to take them up from the rip, and then, like I said, man, give him a little something. So yeah, I did. I thought it was a good, solid promo. You can see he's excited for this position. So, I mean, like we said, this build up since the Rumble, obviously, it's getting to the point where it's like really smoking now.
I'm talking story writing to the best ability, man. I mean, every week we're on a cliffhanger. What the hell is going to happen? You know, the one thing I want to ask you all, I mean, you guys are bigger, you know, wrestling fans. You know, I'm old school. Just started getting back into it with you guys and, you know, NXT as well. But did you hear the ECW dub chant as well? Did you guys hear that too? How did you feel about that? Because we're going old school, you know.
The ECW chant is like the standard Paul Heyman chant. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna hear it 90% of the time we see him out there.
Agree.
And to me, it's like the thank you chant. Like it's almost like a thank you because I don't know, when you just hear certain things, it just takes you back. I guess to me it would be like Kurt will probably get this a little more. You obviously like know me wrestling from the 814 and you know what I mean, All or Nothing. But if I hear JWA, like that's when we were in a banded church. You know what I mean? They used to have to lock the doors. There would be 300-400 people inside this abandoned church, and it was when it was all free. And it was still just a backyard fed. But so I know when they still like when they hear that ECW chant or that, it gives them that, man, that's where I came from. And you remember me for that. Gotcha. You guys are thankful and I'm thankful. I think it's awesome.
I hear that. Yeah. Eddie, how did you feel when you heard that EC chant, you know, associated with Paul Heyman?
It was great. It's probably more like 95%+ of the time we hear that chant when Paul's around. To me, ECW was the one true alternative to the WWF/E.
Yeah, I think it's just like you said, Larry. You know what? It's not forgetting where you came from, man. You know what I mean? Paying that tribute back in the day where it all started for you. You know what I mean? But man, I mean, after that promo, I was just like, what the hell's going to happen next? But we had a debut of this guy. We've been waiting for this guy, Ray Phoenix, man. This dude, man, I'm telling you, some of his damn moves, man, I'm like, what in the hell is this dude doing? Like, I mean, he's like Logan Paul off the fucking ropes, honestly, like the way he does shit. Larry, how did you feel about Ray Phoenix's debut last night? Larry? All right, we'll jump over to Eddie.
I thought he had a very good debut. I think his debut might have been even better than his brother's Penta.
Okay. What about you, Kurt?
You know, going in, my first initial thought was, all right, what's going to be the pace of this match? But when I seen it was, he was going to be in there with Frazier, I was like, all right, we're going to get a nice, solid, fast match, and it was it was solid.
Yeah, in the beginning, man, it was both of them were keeping up pace, man. It was like, you know, like two lightweights going at it, and that's what it looked like to me. But Nathan Frazier held his own, man. I mean, he didn't miss a beat. It was, you know, what I love about it, it's matching speed versus speed, technique versus technique. It was a showcase, and what better way to put Ray Phoenix in there with someone like that? Because I would have been kind of mad if they put him in there with a big dude. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man, you're not showcasing his speed, you're not showcasing his ability here. But what was this What was the MMB, the Mexican Muscle Buster? Is that his own move, or is that something like, the luchador name brand, Mexican Muscle Buster?
That's just what a move that he's been doing. I'm not sure.
Man, that enough. There was that other one, the Fire Buster or something like that he
Yeah,
had. Like, those moves are okay, but I'm glad that he has his own technique, his own brand. Eddie, how did you feel about the debut of Rey Fenix?
Like I said, it was very good, and I think having somebody like Nathan Frazier was the right move.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think you could have put him with somebody like. I'm trying to think of a big guy. Like, I think if you put him with like a Tonga, it wouldn't have been as good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm glad he was in there with someone that, pretty much is equivalent to him on the ring, technical wise, speed wise. That was a great thing. We seen the debut last night of Rey Fenix. What is the potential, and what do we see Rey Fenix becoming? What do you see, Kurt? What do you see with Rey Fenix?
I think he's gonna get the same type of push that we're seeing with his brother on Raw.
Penta? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Now, oh, he's back. He's back. Larry's back.
Sorry, man. I don't
There he
know
is,
what's
man.
going on there.
Hey, that's that great Johnstown internet we have up here,
Oh,
brother. That's
my
what it is.
goodness,
I mean,
man.
you're in 1 second, you're out the next second. They don't give a damn where you at. You don't even care.
Yeah.
But we're talking about Rey Fenix here.
Yep.
Let me go with you. Last night, it was a great match between him and Nathan Frazier. I was telling them two equivalent factors in it. Speed, they matched each other's speed. They matched, technique. I loved it. I'm glad that they put him against that kind of caliber, Larry, because I didn't want to see him in a debut against some dude that's not going to be able to showcase, his speed, his talent in the ring. How did you see that match last night?
Oh man, yeah, 5 out of 5. That's what you want to do. You want to get out there. You want to I'll start to finish. They gave him a good entrance. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Something for the fans to get involved in, sort of something like his brothers, but a little bit different. But sort of the same in that aspect, if you get what I'm saying. But I think they showcased him really well. Like you said, you put him up against like a good competitor in Frazier. Somebody, obviously me and Kurt follow a week every single week. And you know what I mean? And we know what Frazier can do. And obviously we just got to see Axiom a couple of weeks ago against Gunther over there in his own country. So I thought it was like the perfect showcase. And he led off pretty much everything that we've seen. And it was just another reason to show that they dropped the ball with these characters somewhere else. And and if they can if they put these characters and match them up the right way, and they can go far. To go into your next question, because I did hear you saying where would they be going.
Yeah, go ahead, Larry. Go ahead.
Yeah,
let me know what you think with his future here.
Yeah, I think obviously the future's bright. I go over this every other week or so. He's obviously eventually going to get matched up with his brother. I think that's going to end up being better for both of them. Right now, obviously, his brother, they're gonna push him. You know what I mean? I think, and they're probably gonna give him maybe give him a small title run at some point here. Mm-hmm. But I think in the grand scheme of things, they get drafted together, possibly after the draft, and then that's when you start seeing that tag team work, and then that's going to be another phenomenal tag team with the Machine Guns and Street Profits, and because these guys can match up with these other guys, Axiom and Frazier. Yeah, so the tag team future is bright. I think. I think right now it's going to be good baby steps, but then I think further down the line, the tag team division is going to be smoking.
Okay. Eddie, how do you feel about Rey Fenix's future after what we seen last night?
I think he has a very good chance. If at the very worst, tag team championship with his brother. At the very worst.
Mm-hmm. Okay, because that's what I'm going to get into. Larry, you summed it up really. I mean, you already answered my question already. With Penta getting this huge push already, how fast he's becoming. Already in a championship match, basically right up top. Headlining. Are they going to wait for, that scenario to cool down a little bit, or will they wait for Penta to have a strap on his back, and then bring his brother in? Or will they say, okay, we're going to showcase him as a single wrestler, but we're going to somehow say Penta doesn't win the championship. Then they put him as a tag team, and then there's a fallout between brotherhood here. How do you see that playing out? Which way would you take the story? Eddie, I'll go with you first.
Uh, Penta has been a very good heel in the past. If you ever seen any of his Lucha Underground stuff, so if they were ever to have a feud between Ray and Penta, Penta definitely would be the heel in that, and I
Okay.
think they would have excellent matches together.
Okay. Kurt, what about you? How would you run the storyline if it's all up to Kurt McGirt here?
I'm gonna bring them together. It's gonna happen at the draft. That's what I
Okay.
would do.
Okay.
Yeah. As
Okay.
far as the
Okay.
draft, they're gonna they're gonna get together around the draft. That's how I would book it.
Okay. Okay. So you're agreeing with Larry? They're pretty much going to contend for the titles, the tag team titles. The new high flying, because the tag team is where it's at now. You
Yeah, I
guys talked
feel
about
like
tag teams last week.
we'll probably because my man Jacob's probably gonna get that belt, so we'll probably get Jacob and Penta, which is gonna be good if you've
Hmm.
never seen them. That'll be good, but I don't think he'll get the strap because
Okay.
we're gonna
Okay.
get a tag team eventually. That's where they need to be because
Hmm.
we need the
Let's
tag team
all live
eventually.
in Black Lightning's lair, and he's the promoter here. What's going on with Larry? How you running this show with Penta and Phoenix?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna put them together because I
Okay.
know at the end of the day, like I said, I always say mass wrestlers I feel can only go so far,
Okay.
but like I said, Rey Mysterio's a unicorn. You know what I mean? Like, no
Yeah.
matter who they put into that position, no matter who they find more athletic than Rey Mysterio, um, he's a unicorn at what he was able to do. So I think, and like I said, man, you just because then this is Kurt's thing too. They got to stop putting luchadors against luchadors. Like the cartel on cartel crime got to stop at some point. You know what I mean? Like, and I mean, and he's really the one that like brought it to my attention. And ever since he brought it to my attention, I feel like it's even picked up even more. I'm like, why are
It's the
luchadors still
first thing
attacking
they
more
ever
luchadors?
do.
Yeah.
Unless you're gonna what I what I would really do is I would take that title. One thing I would probably do is I would take that title off of the Speed Championship.
Okay.
I would take that championship off of
The
Twitter or
cruiserweight
whatever they're doing, and I would start my cruiserweight division.
Gotcha.
Um, Old WCW style, people will love it. Let these guys go out there for 10 minutes and burn the place down and and consistently every week give them one good solid match, build 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 your division there, and then you also still have these tag teams. You know what I mean. Well, I can't even. I can't even remember the tag team that I love the most, and I'm like they don't get the most rep. Who is it, Curtis? What's the Spanish boys' names?
from Legato.
Yeah, Legato. I like those
They
guys.
they, they have an actual
Garza
name,
and
Garza.
Garza
Yeah,
and
Yeah, yeah, Garza, and I think Garza's going to take on Ray Phoenix next week because
Yeah. They
yeah.
already said that. Yep.
so, you see what I'm saying? So we got Mexican
Exactly.
on Mexican war again, but you know what you're going to get. You're gonna. But I think again, he's going to showcase that he can go too, because like I said, the La Garza as singles wrestlers they weren't really getting over, but then when you see them work as a tag team, they can go.
Right. Right.
So, yeah, I would build a
And
cruiserweight division. I would sit Triple H down. Hey, man, let's build a cruiserweight division, and then let's figure out how we can do more with this tag team division.
Gotcha.
hey, Larry, if you were to start a division, would you make Chad Gable basically your Dean Malenko of that division, the technical guy?
I like it. I like it. Yeah, I would let him float around in there. Obviously, I think he deserves a little more than that, like
Yeah.
intercontinental.
yeah,
But he can definitely get in there, and when there's new luchadors coming in, obviously he's kind of on that wave right now. But if um oh yeah, he can have good competitive matches, especially at these live shows and stuff like that with these guys. He can go out there and burn the house down with these guys,
Hmm.
and really he's still carrying them because he's helping them. This is how you work this camera, this is how you move this way, this is the perfect time to hit this move. So I would put him in there, but I like the thought of it, but I don't want to do too much with it because I think he's more intercontinental champion You know what I mean? The next tier.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I was only thinking that because I think Cable's the only guy in that size that could be comparable to a Dean Malenko.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Good call.
Yeah, even though he's a middleweight, he can still move. Though I think that's a great decision if you want to, use him as a tutor, basically for the younger guys. Just like you said, Larry, the camera angles, the promos. I mean, he can cut them. He can do all the technical stuff. That's a great, thought about that. But there, I agree with you 100%, man. I'm done with as you said, the Mexican cartel versus the Mexican cartel. I hate that because I hate seeing white on white, black on black, Asian on Asian crime. I hate it. I'm done with it. Now they're bringing a Mexican on a Mexican here. It's like, okay, what the hell is going on here? I mean, I thought we passed all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But, speaking of that, I mean, we did have the next match. We got a white versus Samoan crime here. I mean, let's talk about this. LA Knight, our guy Dave is not on here. He can't get on. He didn't pay his phone bill, so he can't get on the show tonight. That or he's still with his Razor phone from 1988. But, this is his guy, LA Knight, because if he was here, you already know it would be LA Knight all night long. So let's talk about this. Larry, I'll let you go first. Tama Tonga and LA Knight.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you for bringing that. I love that. That's a lot better than LA Knight.
I'm a big fan of Tama Tonga. I'm glad he actually finally got another singles match. They brought that up a couple times. Like, he hasn't really been getting at work in a long time. His first singles match this year, maybe. So maybe televised. I'm just saying televised. But LA Knight, Tama Tonga, another story. Story building. Wasn't nothing super special or anything along the lines there. I liked. What I like most out of the match is Solo Sikoa's suit. He had a nice, a maroon silk color. I'm at a point right now where I kind of feel like they're hoping. I feel like Solo's really stuck after having the year that he had. It seems like Jacob came along, and it seems like I hate to say it, but I mean he's still keeping him semi
connected.
Connected, but he lost a lot of steam.
Yes.
Since because you got to think he wasn't even in the Royal Rumble, so he wasn't in the Rumble. He's just lost a lot of steam. So I'm kind of just wondering where they're gonna go with Tama and obviously Solo, but I think Tama in the end is gonna end up going with Jacob. I think last week when they did that look like either you're with me or you're against me.
Right.
I think he ends up following Jacob.
Okay. Kurt, what'd you feel about that?
It was good to see Tama get some work in. I always liked Tama. I followed him for a long time. Story building. But yeah, I agree with what Larry was saying, man. I think it's all going to take a turn at Mania. I think Solo's going to try that because remember when he was like, "Man, get that title to him." You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to try that whenever he wins the United. Give me that title.
Ooh, okay. Take back what's properly mine, correct? I got you here, right?
Okay.
I think that's where we're going with. Yeah,
I like it.
I think that's how we're going to jump off Solo and Jacob.
Okay. Eddie, what about you?
It was a very good, solid match, but when is it Tama's brother supposed to get back from his injury?
I didn't hear anything about it.
When he gets back, that's going to be a great add another great tag team to the tag division. I think that Solo's going to do something to cost Jacob the match at Mania. I don't think Jacob needs a title right now. Jacob's way over. To me, you put titles on people that need them.
Okay, I think Jacob actually wins the title, and I think the jealousy issue comes in here. It's like we're playing up to this. Give me the belt. Rightfully it's mine. I got you here. The whole thing, because Solo, just like you said, Solo was taking the back burner here. Jacob Fatu has climbed that ladder so fast, and it's like, to me, Solo is going to be the odd man out, and he's going to feel that jealousy ring. He doesn't hold the Ulafau anymore. Okay, he's not really the complete leader. He is the leader in his way, but he's not. He's the vocal leader only. He's not that leader that's respected in his own tribe. So I think that jealousy issue comes in there. And Kurt, you said it. I think Tama goes with Fatu. I think there's that relationship broken. And then maybe we see the next Samoan generation come in here. Samoa's recruiting, Solo goes out and get a new foundation or something, tries to build the crowd, his team back up. But man, how do you feel about LA Knight carrying the strap? I mean, is he the right guy to carry the strap in this division? Eddie, I'll go with you first.
His title reign's been disappointing. I thought it was going to be a lot better, but they probably should take the belt off him, but probably have somebody that could use the belt to help build him up.
Then who's your guy? Who's your guy?
I would have maybe a Chad Gable if you moved Gable to SmackDown.
See, I think Gable's going to play the role of his story with the luchador, the Americano thing now. I don't think he's going to worry about a title run. I think he's just trying to, with the storyline of the mass situation, Kurt, what about you? Is LA Knight the guy for the title?
He was the safe option to go into WrestleMania if we had to. I mean, safer than Shinsuke is what I'm going to say, because there was nothing going on with his title run. There was no story getting lifted. At least with LA Knight, he has the thing going on with the Samoans. That's why I said I think it's transitional. They're probably going to put it on Jacob.
Gotcha.
And from there, you can run title matches with Solo at Backlash, and you can do a lot with it.
Gotcha. Larry, what about you?
Yeah, I think Kurt hit the nail on the head with that one. He was the safer option, obviously, over Shinsuke. I don't even think you could have worded it any better, Kurt, by the way. The safer option, obviously, I like LA Knight. He's a better chaser than he is a title holder. Obviously, he's the throwback character. He's the only character that we can look back and be like, he's Attitude Era,
Gotcha.
which makes him different than everybody on the roster. There's nobody that you could say, hey, that's an Attitude Era character other than Rock himself, probably, and whoever else was actually around at that time, which not too many. So, he's just safer option. He's going to have solid matches. It's obviously not going to be I say they're always good. They're just solid matches. There's never nothing that's like, yo, that really stood out.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think you obviously get him and Jacob or something. I think obviously if he's going to lose it, he's going to try to lose it with some pride. So I think it could turn out to be something really, really good. We got to see.
Yeah, and I like what Kurt said there. Your storyline's going because you have LA Knight versus, the Samoan factory here. And somehow this could either go Solo interfering, Tama interfering here. And there's going to be some kind of backlash of who interfered, who cost Jacob Fatu the match. And that could cause, a battle between the bloodline on their side as well. So there's so many different storylines. And I agree. I'm a big fan of Shinsuke Nakamura, but man, I don't know what he is right now. You know what I mean? Like he's not the guy that can carry the title week to week. At least LA Knight can come out there, run the microphone, run the ring. That's what I love seeing. So yeah, I agree with you 100%. But speaking of, we got to talk about this, man. I mean, we got to talk about this. Charlotte Flair, Tiffany Stratton promo. First, okay, we see promos that keep us on our seat, man. Just like on the edge of your seat, listening to it. We've been spoiled. The Rock, Cena, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Rollins. We've been spoiled the last 4 or 5 months here. Last night, this promo. What in the hell did I watch and what the hell did I hear? Larry, you've been in the ring many a times. Larry, if you and I in the ring together and we got a script to relay, of course you go off script a little bit, Larry, but I don't think there was a word said on that script last night. Honestly, I really didn't. Seriously.
Well, we started on script.
Yeah.
I think a couple things happened.
The booing?
I think Charlotte got a little bit flustered. For because this happens to the best of them. It don't matter how good you are. This happens to the best of them. I think Charlotte got a little bit frustrated. It threw her off her game. And you said it. The question is off script or did it get personal? It got personal. I think Charlotte took some digs at Tiffy with her like making fun of her voice. And she's already gotten like the best of Tiffany a couple weeks ago on the mic.
Right.
When they were like kind of on the via satellite, the old school thing they were doing. And she kind of got the best of her that day. And you could see Tiffy was a little bit frustrated. So she tried to have like a better promo last week. And then this week, I think just the personal digs. And then Tiffy could see it was the perfect time to take a shot. And she threw a couple punches in there. Obviously, she made fun of Charlotte crying on that talk show the other day. She said, I'm 25 years old and I'm the world champion. You were drunk
daddy's basement.
You were drunk in your daddy's basement. She took a shot at her marriage failures. She
said, 3? 0 for 3?
0 for 3. She said after WrestleMania, you're gonna she said you're gonna be 0 for 3. And then Charlotte finally tried to fire back. Tiffy did try to run from the promo though.
She did. She escaped the ring, and then it came out on the mic what Charlotte Flair said.
Tried to run for the promo, and then Charlotte said, at least something about Kaiser being in her DMs.
Yeah, she said, what was her word? She said, "Is that why Kaiser's always in my DMs?" And I'm like, okay, wow, okay.
So, obviously, we got a little bit personal. Obviously, they're saying WWE took most of it down. So what you're seeing on the internet is that was obviously the first version. So it got personal. But that's what that's what it needs. It's close to WrestleMania. And this is gonna help. I think this is gonna help build the match because if there's a little bit of fire between both of them, obviously I'm sure Tiffany respects Charlotte.
Sure.
And I'm sure Charlotte respects Tiffany. But this is maybe what the match needed. Just a little bit of, hey, let's get sassy.
Agree.
So
Kurt, what'd you feel, Kurt? How'd you feel about this?
I agree wholeheartedly with Black Lightning, man. Like, it's what was needed. Like, because up to this point, it's just like, Charlotte's getting on the mic every week. Yeah, I'm not really interested in this match. But, it's getting a little spicy now. Oh, we're taking personal jabs. That gets you a little bit more interested.
Yeah. Eddie, how did you feel about it?
If I never see Charlotte Flair or her daddy ever on TV ever again, it wouldn't be soon enough.
So you want her to go? You just want her to go back in her daddy's basement and go back to 25, right? Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Don't do that,
man.
Kaiser did respond.
Charlotte was the worst person for them to put Tiffany with. Charlotte has never been good working with younger talent. She's never been able to help put younger talent over.
Okay. But I agree with Larry. First, Eddie, I'll disagree with you there. I mean, I think this is a perfect opportunity for the Tiffany, the princess versus the queen. I like that. Coin that title right there. Even though the promo is a little bit off here, but Larry's 100% right. This is what we needed because, God, 2 weeks ago we seen Naomi, Bianca, the cry, the tears. This is what I wanted to see. Like, we all know it's scripted, but oh shit. You're going to go off script and take a couple personal punches. This shit's getting real. This is getting real. Especially, 14 days to Mania? I mean, you don't know what the hell to expect here. I mean, they keep playing this out. There's going to be some more jabs coming in here pretty soon. Why was Andre in my DMs last week or some shit like that? It might get crazy. It might go off the rails here, honestly,
They're going to take advantage now. You're exactly right, Paul. And now, it caught a little bit of traction on the internet. Everybody realized they're going to apologize to each other in the back, and it's going to be like, all right, I'm going to take this dig at you. You take this dig at me. Let's take advantage of it now because we really caught the traction we needed. Obviously, obviously, like Eddie there, he's not a fan of Charlotte. I'm sure there's a lot of people that's not a fan of Charlotte.
Mhm.
I, I get it in some aspects, and again, some aspects I got to push back. You're talking about literally the probably the greatest women wrestler of all time.
Holy
One
shit!
of
Did you just get a fucking lightning? Did you hear
them.
that? That just scared the shit out of me. I seen like a fucking thing come through
Yeah,
like on my window.
yeah, man.
Damn.
That's because I'm dropping just the facts when I'm saying this. I mean, that's what happens when I drop the facts. No, you're talking about like I mean, athletically, she helped. I mean, this women's division is where it's at today, starting
Yeah,
with her Bailey. No matter what we say about Banks and Monet, they turn this women's evolution into what it is.
agreed.
So, yeah, you gotta you have to respect it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think they're just gonna like you said, Paul, they're gonna play off this, and now it's gonna start to maybe be a little bit more money.
Two things real quick. I thought it was going to be kind of off the rails tonight because when Charlotte came out, first I was like, what the fuck is she wearing? Number one, that just doesn't fit her look. And then when Tiffy came out, it was pretty much the same damn wardrobe thing she was wearing that Charlotte was wearing. I'm like, okay, is she just trying to up Charlotte here? Like, I look better than you, which she does. Of course, we already know that. But it's like, that was to me like, okay, you know what? I'm going to up you. You're the queen. I'm the princess. I like that. But Kurt, you said something about Ludwig responded, right? Where'd you see there?
What did you say? You cut out a little
What
bit.
did he say? What did he say? Was it on Twitter or something where
Well,
he
he posted something on X. He posted a video of Shawn Mike was basically saying, "Don't flatter yourself." And he tagged
Oh, okay,
Charlotte.
okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. And that plays into it because hey, it's scripted here. You know what? Just like Larry, you said, we could be boys outside the network. We're friends, but on here we might play a villain versus the hero role. But after it's all said and done, shake your hands in the back. Hey, great! I'm gonna take a dig at you. You take one of me. That's how the story goes, man.
Oh man, and I mean, like I said, I mean, there's a lot of guys like Kurt knows some of my best feuds with guys around here. I love them to death and stuff
Mhm.
like that. But I used to really take personal digs at them. I mean, and I mean, I would take shots to where they'd message me like, "Bruh, you're wilding right now," and and I mean that would just be my thing because I understood in this area at one point in time, you just had them certain people who just, I wanted to find a way to always sucker these people into wanting to watch indie wrestling around here. So I did whatever it took to possibly push the barrier, whether it was calling somebody gay without calling them gay. Um, I I ran a whole gimmick on that at one point in time on calling another character gay, but I never ever once specifically said it. I kind of let the internet do it. And
Mhm.
it caught traction, and then people started, they started saying things about him, and I just kind of let it roll from there. I never
Gotcha.
once did it myself, but it was just I always wanted to be edgy, so I felt like, yeah, man, once in a while, just take a personal dig. I mean, like I said, me and Kurt know each other well, and there are certain jokes that he might text me through my phone that only me and him ever know about, and it's a personal dig, and I'll look at my phone like, whoa, and then I might shoot back at him, and then we just laugh like
Right.
only we can joke like this, you know what I mean? And
Now,
that's just how.
Larry, let me ask you this. If I'm in
Mhm,
the ring with you,
mhm.
I can go back and forth, spit different things, back and forth. But to me, there's only one thing that would set my mind through the roof. Okay. Like I
Mhm,
would flip. And that's talking about my mama. Have you ever
mhm,
talked about someone's mom in the ring to point? Because you said you like to push those buttons, Larry. You like to
mhm.
push the buttons. And you know me, I am the one that pushes all the buttons on the internet, trying to get that hate me, love me. I don't give a damn. But how far have you ever taken it? Because that to me
Um,
is the only thing that sets me up. If somebody, because my mom, I'm a mommy's boy. Okay.
all right.
Rest
Well,
in
I
peace, my
can't
mom.
say I personally. I don't think that's one thing I didn't do. You know Randy.
Right.
I know him at Randy Randall Fairway.
Hmm.
He kind of involved my mom one time or two. He would
Oh,
take personal digs at my mom, or you know what I mean. I think one time she threw a slap at him. I think one of the funniest things I ever did is there's a character, one of my good friends, Sherrod Hall. when we first like went back to Phoenix Pro Wrestling at one point in time, like he never ever had an idea of what I was gonna say. So he married a girl in the meantime before we went back to Phoenix Pro Wrestling, and she was a school teacher.
Gotcha.
So I kind of went into the whole I actually knew her before you did. And I said, we filmed our own movie. I was like, you might have heard of it. We called it Bad Teacher, and everybody just stopped like, oh my god. So I thought that was probably so. Like I say, I used to take personal shots at his wife. I used to take personal shots at his aunt and stuff like that. But I don't think I ever went to the mama. I don't think I ever went to mom jokes.
All right, because to me that's just fighting words. I mean, everybody has their own, little niche out there that they can't stand. Like mine is just talking about my mama. Like you talk about my mama, the earrings are fucking coming off, the hoodie's coming off. It's time to throw down. Like let's go, let's step up to the.
So
the
she's not. So she's Asian. She doesn't look like Io Sky, does she?
No, well, I'll send you a picture of my mom. My mom was actually a model in Japan. Is what she was. That's my. You guys. I see. We're talking about first.
But you can't say don't talk about my mom and then say she looks like a model and then send me a picture and not expect me to talk about your mom.
Hey, listen, man. I'm proud of my mom. She actually looks like Io Sky, like with exactly like her, in same height, same stature, everything. Like that's why I really love like the Asian, that kind of look. But man, I tell you, Larry, like you guys know the story. Like everybody says, oh, you're Asian. You guys know the story about me at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? That's where the skin comes in. You know what I mean? But let's move forward because let's get off. We're going off track. We're going off the rails tonight.
I do have one more. I have one. The thing we're Tiffany probably should have added to the divorces was she should have mentioned that maybe that Charlotte was also competing with Rick on how many plastic surgeries.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. I think a dig is going to come out there somewhere because my girl is not looking like Charlotte Flair. I mean, she's keeping plastic surgeries in LA and wherever in business because I tell you, she does not look. I said it like 4 weeks ago.
Going through something. Obviously, she was on that talk show the other day. She's going through, people go through personal stuff, man, and she don't want to be like her dad, but she's ended up that way in certain aspects. So you know what it is, Larry? Like, I don't do Botox. I can't afford that shit, number one. But like, to me, it's like if I'm on top of the world, I am the queen, or I'm the king here. And I got these new jacks coming in here, younger, the women, shouting their names. I'm like, damn, I got to do everything in the world to make my image different. But sometimes, man, it just don't go the right way when you do that shit. It's backfiring. It's backfiring, man. Yeah. It does for a lot of people.
Yep. Well, let's get into the other match. Let's move along here. Let's talk about the Motor City Machine Guns versus DIY here. How did you guys feel about this one here? Eddie, I'll start with you because I think you're a fan of one of these teams, right?
I really like both teams.
Okay.
I think they're two of the top 5 tag teams in the world.
Okay.
It was a very good match. It's a shame that one of them had to lose. Just hopefully the Machine Guns can get their dang tag team titles back.
Okay. Now, Eddie, you said they were top 5, both of them. Somebody said, who was that? Who said that?
That was me.
Okay, Larry, you just got yourself in the number 2 spot. Talk about that.
I mean, we obviously know what the Motor Machine Guns are. We know what they are.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of hard for me to put them in top 5 right now because there's so much other stuff. And DIY, I think they're a good tag team. Solo wrestlers, they're probably a little bit better, but if they do hit the solo division, I don't think either one of them will be that successful. I think Gargano's he's just a small guy, super talented, but he's just blah. And I thought Tommaso, he at one point in time when I first seen him in NXT, I'm like, okay, he's gonna be something. But the more they evolved, the more they stayed the same. Gotcha. So it felt like obviously I thought it was like a decent tag team match. I kind of the Motor City Machine Guns, they actually came out on top. What I thought they would. I thought it was time for probably a new storyline to build. Obviously, a decent, a good main, you know what I mean, Mania match possibly. Um, so I think they're both going to explode because obviously I think the Street Profits needed their new image that they got going. Yeah, but you know they're kind of just they're just blood tag teams to me right now. But obviously WWE needs them very much.
Gotcha. Kurt, what about you? Since Larry gave me the thing first, I had to bring him in number 2. So now I'll get your take on it.
Great solid match. But it's just one of those things where everything's just kind of like going and happening because we're coming into WrestleMania and we're about to start
Okay.
new storylines and stuff like that. So I'm interested in seeing where this tag team stuff is going because we do got potential to get some great tag team matches because they are great. Top 10 maybe.
Okay.
Motor City Machine Guns.
Now, I know on your show, Part-Time Marks, you guys talked about, tag team wrestling with Dave. He's a big tag team guy, big lover of that division there. Eddie said top 5, both of these guys here. I'm going to ask you, Eddie, first. What is your top 3 present right now tag team wrestlers then? Since you already put these 2 in the top 3.
My number 1 is the Street Profits. They're finally being booked right.
Okay.
Motor City Machine Guns probably number 2.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I would have any tag teams from the AEW in my top 10 or whatever.
No, we're talking WWE. We're talking only WWE here right now. Present.
That's where all the really good tag teams are right now.
Okay.
Even if it's not the greatest era for tag team wrestling, like it was back when we were growing up.
Okay, so
number 3 would probably be.
Wait, you got Motor Machine Guns and DIY in the top 3. You said
top 5.
Right?
I said top 5.
Oh, top 5. Okay, top 5. Okay.
I think number 3 would be Axiom and Frazier right now would be my 3rd tag team.
Okay, Kurt, what about you? Give me your top 3 right now in WWE present wrestling.
Like tag teams that are together.
Either SmackDown or Raw, or SmackDown or Raw. I don't care. Just give me your top 3.
Like active right now.
Yes, active right now. Yes, on the roster.
Because we're gonna leave the Usos off.
Yeah, we're gonna leave the Usos off. Yes.
All right, so as far as tag team, I'm putting Axiom and Frazier first because they go back and look at every single one of their matches that they haven't put on a bad match.
Okay.
They only get better, and this is only a team that's been together 2 years. Mm-hmm. One of the best tag teams doing it in the business right now. So the New Day, they're getting
the new image New Day, right? The new image New Day, right?
It's the New Day. The New Day is the New Day, man. How many time tag team champions, bro? Like, and it is what it is. The New Day.
Okay.
I'm going to leave them in the conversation, and I'll say the Street Profits because.
Okay, Larry, what about you? What's your top 3 right now?
Yeah, Axiom and Frazier, Street Profits. Yeah, man, I really like the War Raiders, but they're teetering. Man, it's crazy because they don't get the love that they're supposed to get, man. But man, Theory and Waller are really, really good, man.
Yeah.
And with the microphone skills too, because I'm putting this in there too. The microphone helps, like, and what you're getting out of those, those 2 teams that we started this conversation with, is you're getting 2 teams that aren't the greatest on the microphone. So that's what's pushing me out of that. Now I know what talent they got, and then like you said, Kurt also said the New Day. You got to start if you start to tear down. You can't take away from what New Day's doing. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I like the War Raiders too a lot. Yeah, they're in there. I think they're just good fit tag team. Like they're just good fit tag teams. They'll obviously be able to. If you throw the titles on either one of those, they'll be able to have good matches for a few weeks. I just think they're both dry in some aspects.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Axiom, Street Profits, and then I'm going Theory and Waller because Larry, you said it, man. Mike's skills, they are just insane on the mic. I love them, hate them. I just love what they do. It's comical. To me, it's just something I want to see out there. So I put them in top 3. Not wrestling wise, maybe, but on the mic skills, that goes a long way for me as well. But let's talk about this. I mean, BFAB versus Naomi. I want to say Mrs. Caution now. So let's proceed with caution here with Naomi first, okay? Let's talk about this because did you know Jade was going to come out and beat the shit out of Naomi? Did you already see that happening before it happened?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it's kind of just they got to keep making it hot. So
Yeah.
they and like I said, you're in a Chicago, a big wrestling town. So you want to throw your heavy hitters out there. You don't want to try to miss.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously you're only working on I guess you got 3 hours on SmackDown.
Right.
But you really want to start to really get these storylines out. Would you say 14 days away or so?
Yeah,
So
2 weeks from Sunday. Yeah,
yeah,
Saturday.
so 2 weeks from Saturday. So if you're gonna tell stories, you got to make it happen. So yeah, it kind of seemed like it was time for another storyline beatdown.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Kurt, what'd you feel about that? Did you already know Jade was going to come out and just do her thing with Naomi there?
I mean, yeah, I figured she would make her way out there and do her thing. I didn't think it would take that long, and I didn't think Naomi was going to call her out, but it
Yeah,
happened.
yeah.
She was there fast and in a hurry. And I see her. She's really trying to get that part of Storm, isn't she?
Yeah.
She wants she wants that stuff. She wants that part, man. Listen, there's more money in movies than you'll ever make in
There's
wrestling.
more money in Marvel than you'll ever make anywhere.
Yeah, so it just
Disney,
in the
I should
movie
say.
business, period. Yeah, the
Disney, I
movie
should say.
business. So I mean, if you get that part, you get that part. She might be a better actor than she is wrestling. So
Damn.
That.
But you know what? She fits that build, man. Her body is just perfectly for that. So if she gets it, kudos to her, man, because she looks the part already, man. She really does. I mean, God.
I won't
Eddie, how
take
did you
that
feel
from her.
about it? I know you don't like Charlotte. How do you, I don't think you like Naomi either, do you? Eddie? Eddie.
Okay, am I back? Yeah.
Well, where the hell did you freaking go, man?
Am I back?
Yeah,
I don't know.
you
Are you
never
back
left.
yet? You back? Are you back?
Okay.
Okay, he's not back, guys. He is not back. So we'll get back to him on that one. So how did you guys feel about this match here? I mean, BFAB versus Naomi. How'd you
I
guys
think
feel about it?
B-Fab's getting better.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cause she's fairly fresh, right?
Yeah, how long has she
Very,
been
very.
wrestling on the main roster? Because I was like, wait, I've seen her before, but I
She
can't
was
go
more or
far
less
back.
the manager of Hit Row. Like, she didn't really get
Okay,
a lot of wrestling in, not
right.
that I remember. So, like,
I don't remember her wrestling at all up until like a few weeks ago.
recently,
What was that?
yeah.
It was like right around. I forget who she worked, and I was like, all right, that was right around the time I said maybe her and Mi Chin should start working together, and then
Mhm.
right after that, it slowly was like, oh well,
Was it Chelsea? Did she wrestle Chelsea?
maybe it was Chelsea.
It's Chelsea. Okay, okay.
Maybe it was Chelsea, but this is only probably like her third match we've actually gotten to see. And I mean, I mean, like you said, she's improving. We just seen something the other day with her working on her mic skills. So I mean, she's yeah, I think it's a slow process. You know, she's new out there, so
Okay.
but I think she's doing all right for her last couple matches.
Okay. Eddie, are you back?
I think so.
Mhm.
The
Okay.
power went out for a sec. The power went out for a minute.
You're like Dave. He can't pay his cell phone bill. You're losing your power. You didn't pay your electric bill, man. How do
Yeah,
you feel about BFAB versus Naomi? I mean, the outcome of this match here.
I was hoping that Jade was going to come down there and beat somebody's ass. That's the thing that saved that match for me.
Okay. Where does Naomi go from this? I mean, now she has a match with Jade. We're going to move forward 2 weeks really quick here. Talk about a couple minutes there. How do you think this goes down? Because Naomi is talking a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's really talking to shit. She wants that heat, and Jade is not the person to say, I'm not going to give it to you. She's going to bring that beat down, from Wrestlemania or Royal Rumble all the way down, everything. She's going to bring it all the way to every pay-per-view right now. That's what she's doing. Kurt, how do you feel? How do you think this is gonna go down?
The match?
Yeah. How do you think? Like, is Naomi gonna get her ass kicked?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. I think she might try to screw Bianca. She gets her ass kicked, definitely
Mhm.
gets her ass kicked. Somebody screwing Bianca.
Yes,
100%.
Adam. Mania is on Easter, Saturday and Sunday. Yes. Day 2.
Mania is on 420.
It's Hughes. It's Hughesy's hello checking in. It's Hughesy. There we go. Okay. Appreciate you checking in. So, anything else about this match? I mean, it was just a mediocre match to me, honestly. I mean, yeah, compared to
Yeah, I
what we
think
see.
it's just more. I think it's just more add more more
Story.
layers to other. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? The other stories building. Um, Honestly, I think Naomi and Jade both need this.
Yeah.
Naomi always was just kind of teetering. She's just kind of floating, and then Jade, she's just not.
Ready yet?
Yeah, she's just not the WWE ready yet where they want her. So you put
Mhm.
them in this good storyline. I think this is going to turn out to be a little better than we're expecting because Naomi can carry people. So
Sure.
we could, and then like I said, I think we're in for a big explosion at Mania with the super storyline going
I think they're
crazy
gonna
between all these women here.
I think
Okay.
they're gonna
Okay.
impress us.
Obviously, Belair, Naomi, and
Right.
Jade.
Okay.
And then obviously Rhea's in the mix somewhere too.
Yeah, exactly. Women's division is crazy. We don't know what the hell the storyline, which way it's going to. One little turn can take you to another level, to a new chapter. You know what I mean? But let's talk about a new chapter. KO comes out, and at first when he comes out there talking, were you calling bullshit at any point? Like, okay, this is bullshit. KO is going to come out. He's going to attack KO. What did you call bullshit at any point of this promo? My neck. I'm going to have surgery. Did you feel it, or was it BS to you all throughout this whole promo?
No,
Kurt, I'll go with you.
we knew he was coming out to cut the promo. We knew he got to get surgery, so it is what it is.
Okay.
I like came out, cut the little baby face promo. That's how you knew, like, out of character. So he's not bullshitting,
Okay.
and he doesn't know when he's going to be back, which sucks because Kevin Owens and Randy Orton at WrestleMania was big. So
Yes. Larry?
Yeah. The internet kind of gave it away a little bit earlier yesterday. Obviously they wasn't too happy about that, the dirt sheets coming out. So obviously knew it was real. And then like you said, when you see somebody get out of their character like that,
Mhm.
and then like you said, Kurt just said he don't know when he'll be back. Let's be honest. He could possibly not come back. We're talking neck surgery.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I mean, obviously he's like really emotional. Our buddy Josh, he's usually here. He's probably busy tonight. But like he even noticed like Randy even kind of gave him a whisper.
Yeah.
He said something along the lines of like, man, go get yourself healthy. So
Mhm.
obviously that's the real deal, man. You know what I mean? That he's stepping out of character too. Like, go get yourself healthy, man. He cares about you as well.
Exactly.
So yeah, yeah, like Kurt said, it just sucks because obviously we've been getting this build since what? We're talking shit, November maybe. We've been building this
yeah,
since
Yep.
because I think him and Cody fought in December and January, right? So yeah,
I
like
mean,
it sucks that we're losing this, but hopefully we could just get Owens back and Owens healthy again.
they
You're
were
right.
building something else for Randy if they want to pick up on that and give him a match for Mania. Like,
All right, hold on to that thought, Kurt. Hold on to that thought for a second. Hold on to that thought. I'm gonna come back to you because that's my next thing. I'm gonna give it to you. Hold up, Eddie. How did you feel about this? How did did he sell it the right way? Because there was that respect value from RKO basically too. There was that respect thing, just like Kurt said as well. The whisper, and Larry said. I mean, the whole thing was respect. But how do you feel about KO promo last night? I mean, it was heart-filled, honestly.
I felt like it was legit. Just I've never seen some of the matches he's gone through the last few months, and I was
Right.
like, yeah, he definitely could have easily gone. It sucks for him, and it sucks for Randy Orton, but KO needs to get himself healthy. Oh, maybe that would maybe explain why they did not allow Orton to get that punt kick in on him. Has KO even wrestled a match since the Elimination Chamber match against Sammy?
Who knows what he did on and maybe during one of them live shows, why they were overseas, but nothing. I mean, honestly, that now that you're saying it, probably nothing on TV wise now.
Now, Larry, you mentioned, the KO thing with him. The storyline now, Kurt, I'm going to get to you. I'm going to put this in your minds first. Okay, KO is now out. Okay, I don't know how long he's going to be out because the fact that I've had cervical plate surgery, C4 through C6. My ass couldn't walk for 3 months. You know what I mean? That's how bad it is because that's the whole, spine starting from your neck. Sami Zayn's out with the injury. Okay, KO's out. Now, where does Randy Orton go? Because let's move forward RKO to Nick Aldis last night. I want a goddamn match. Okay. And his words were, find me a goddamn match. Kurt, I'm going to make you Nick Aldis tonight. Okay. Where does freaking KO get the match at WrestleMania? You cannot leave the Viper out of WrestleMania, right? You can't. Where's he going?
Nick Aldis.
What?
Aldis. I'm stepping in the ring because at this point you done RKO'd me twice, and I'm tired of it.
He's not hurt.
Respect me.
Wow. Oh, Nick Aldis versus the Viper at WrestleMania.
Come on, man. Yeah. What better place for Nick Aldis to make his in-ring debut than at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Randy
damn.
Orton. I would
Kurt the Booker boy. Going out of the box, man. Real quick, Izzy says, can we ask a question?
Come on. Join in on the conversation, man.
Bring it,
yes.
Michael Pafferty checking in. What's going on, Mike? Appreciate you. Here's a comment from Pac out there. Shout out, Edward. Much love from Gerald Pimlet. There you go. I guess that's to Eddie over there, All right, now let's Larry, how do you feel about this? The Booker over here to this side over here, Kurt McGirt, is bringing in Nick Aldis at WrestleMania to fight the Viper. Are you okay with that, or do you got somebody else?
I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I mean,
okay.
I mean, obviously, Aldis has no injuries. He has nothing. I mean, he's cleared to go. I don't know if that's where I would go first. Because they're showing vignettes of another character coming soon. Aleister Black.
That's
so.
Okay, yeah.
I just don't like that there's only 2 weeks. So I wonder how you build it.
Is this a thing where we get he's going to leave little cliffhangers out there every week? We're going to see Randy Orton, who am I fighting? The battle between him and Aldis. I will have a surprise opponent at WrestleMania. Maybe, Larry, Aleister Black's music hits. Boom, it happens. Nick Aldis says, you know what? In Kurt's situation, your opponent is me. And he jumps in the ring. Maybe. I mean, is that what we maybe get? Because the cliffhangers are every week, man.
Yeah. Like I said, it's just, I just want to see how you could build it with just 2 weeks. I mean, obviously, we're just coming off something that was building for 5 or 6 months. So, to put something together just for 2 weeks is going to be and really tell a story. I would, man, and even with the Aleister Black thing, I mean, you're not really, because then does he come in and beat Randy? Because he can't lose his first night. That wouldn't make any sense. And then Randy does this big build just to lose at Mania.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, honestly, I would have to
because I feel like Nick Aldis could take the loss. Because you're still
because I was going to come back to you, Kurt, with that one there. Since you booked this match, how does this go down? Does 8-card KO get the victory, and Aldis puts up a fight, and he can take the loss as a GM because it doesn't affect it really?
Yeah, I mean.
Okay. Mike says Nick Aldis has a mystery opponent. Let's see. Here's a couple questions here. Actually. From Golf Franchise, then KO attacked the fan because he was mad about the Trump tariffs because it's going to affect his income. being from Canada, basically. You know what I mean? I guess that's what it is. I
Okay.
guess that's what it is. Okay. There we go. That's cool. I mean, hey, listen, that's what you think it is. But now what about this one? Mike says, about the mystery opponent, but Nick Aldis brings in Rusev.
Forgot about Rusev.
Okay, is this a possibility? I mean, out of the box.
He's signed.
I'd put him in a gauntlet. All the new guys coming back.
Oh, damn.
Put him in a small
since
gauntlet.
you want to RKO me and you are
I like that. I like that.
for your fine.
You try to bring in, I mean, because then guys could take losses and it wouldn't hurt him per se. He gets, and then he takes a loss eventually at the end of somebody after being. Maybe I would do something like that. Try to put him in a gauntlet, and then per se,
against the Wyatt Six.
Oh, damn.
Against the Wyatt Six. I mean, they got to do something here soon. I mean, they're running on kind of fumes too right now.
It just sucks that one person goes down and the whole group has to be off of TV. Like
they don't have to be. That's the choice of what they're doing. You don't.
Hey, Kurt, you got some agreeers out there. Randy should face the Wyatt Six as revenge for WrestleMania 37. There, I mean,
he doesn't forget.
And that's the thing too. Like if I'm the GM and you RKO my ass on national TV talking this shit, I'm gonna make you pay for my shit. You know what I'm saying?
He already paid for it.
That's what I'm saying. But he did. But
he prepaid.
He prepaid.
RKO.
He prepaid for it. 2 years ago, he already paid. He paid his $50,000 up front. So he technically paid for it already.
How about Wyatt Six and Randy and Bray? How about the Wyatt Six as Randy and Bray?
The Wyatt Six and Randy. I'm trying to
confused. Yeah, I'm confused about that one. The next comment was Wyatt Six.
Wyatt Six. Yeah, he wants the Wyatt Six.
Yeah, I'm confused. Michael, let us know exactly what that meant.
They could always come for Randy,
right?
And, for infiltrating the Wyatt family, and
Randy should grow his mustache back, guys.
I kind of like Randy with the mustache.
All right, here was the question that he was going to ask. I'm going to read it, but we're not going to get into it because we're going to talk about it at the end of the show here. My question is, would have the favor been if Punk asked for Heyman to be the special guest referee? It seems that they had no idea for the favor. Well, you know what? You got to hold on for a minute because we've got 2 more matches to talk about. So make sure you stay tuned because that's going to be the last thing we're going to talk about here. So let's move a little bit forward here. Okay, we already talked about the RKO, all this there. We already got, Kurt the Booker here, already gotten all this in the WrestleMania versus them. We got the Wyatt Six showing up. We got a special opponent, Rusev, it possibly be. We don't know, but let's get into a match that we do know about last night. Fatu and Strowman. The beef is not settled between these two. These are freaking 2-ass monsters, dude. Like, man, if there's one guy that I'm scared of in the ring, honestly, not even just in the ring, but when I see Fatu with his shit, it just scares the living shit out of me, man. His presence, just a werewolf, scares the shit out of me, man. It really does. What did you see in this match? Kurt, I'll go with you because, man,
I seen exactly what we would expected from Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman. It don't get no better, man. That boy is athletic, and he used to be a lot bigger and still as athletic. So it's amazing to see him in this spot when a year ago he was in the crowd.
Yes,
like it's crazy.
Yep. What was your grade on this match from beginning to end? Because we got 2 big boys in there. This Fatu is the most athletic dude I've seen at his weight right now.
For a last man standing match with 2 big guys,
yes.
You said a grade. I'll give it a B+.
B+, okay. Larry, what about you?
Yeah, starting off with a grade, I'll give it a B. 2 big men. You obviously don't think you're going to get too much, and obviously it's just a TV type show. Nobody wants to get hurt. So I felt like I said they had some decent spots. I didn't expect them to win with the with the Samoan like smash in the corner or whatever. The hip attack, whatever you're calling it.
Right.
But I did. I thought that was a great way to end it. I'm like, okay, this was different. I didn't expect them to go out like that. Okay. I love how Braun tackled him through the guardrails. It made that super explosion. It didn't just bust. It like I'm sure they were like, he was like, if you're gonna put me through it, put me through it.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a good little decent last man standing match because I was like, all right, how many more times are we gonna see this? You know what I mean? I started kind of getting dry on it, but I felt like they were putting each other over the right way. Braun being the bigger guy, sometimes they don't want to take all these losses in a row, but he's going out there and I mean, I think he's been looking fairly decent as well. So I
Okay.
was cool with it.
Okay. Before I get to Larry, I'm sorry, get to Eddie there. Larry, is this in the future of a run it back match between Fatu and Strowman again? Are you okay to see a run back with these two?
I'm over it, but I'm sure at some point we can do something else. I mean, once you have a last man standing match too, though,
Yeah.
I feel like that's pretty much it. Like if you come back after I beat you in a last man standing match,
Yeah.
like you could have this win, man. Like like you could have the win if you're gonna keep coming back. Maybe you will see him maybe chasing him if Fatu gets his championship like he thinks.
Okay.
So it just keeps him a big man involved in something.
Gotcha. That's why I asked you that, because the nail was in the coffin to me. A last man standing match, that's just the nail in the coffin. Like, to me, that's the ending chapter right there for me. But Eddie, how did you feel about this Fatu versus Strowman match?
I agree with you. This is the type of there's two matches to me that are like the last match of a feud: last man standing or a Hell in a Cell type match. I thought this was a very good match between the two of them, but I think they probably need to stay away from each other for at least maybe a year.
Damn, a year. Okay.
And
Go ahead.
I know Larry and Kurt brought up Nick Aldis as being Randy's opponent. How about Nick Aldis bringing in Braun Strowman, who does not have a match at Mania, as Randy Orton's surprise opponent?
I don't think Randy Orton can take a fucking power bomb from him, man, with his neck issues right now. I don't think that's.
He ain't gonna take a power bomb. He's gonna RKO him.
That's probably why Rusev would not be a good match for Orton, because Rusev's finishers, the camel clutch maneuver, wouldn't be good for Orton's neck. So I guess
which makes me think it is going to be Aldis, because Aldis is the one that can take the L, like Kurt said. You know what I'm saying? To give him that match. That's why I really think it is going to be like an Aldis there. Going to that situation, we got a comment here. Nick Aldis brings in a TNA wrestler to face Randy, and then he can lead an invasion with the machine guns and ex-WWE guys here. If a guy from NXT comes up, who is it? Oba?
You said an NXT guy, or did
NXT.
you say TNA?
TNA. Okay, I'm going NXT here too. Whoever it is.
Nick Nemeth.
Who would it be?
I would bring Nick Nemeth up, because I think they said Joe Hendry's injured. He might have to relinquish the title. But I would bring Nick Nemeth up. Dolph Ziggler. Nick Nemeth.
Dolph Ziggler.
But
Wow.
They acknowledged him as Nick Nemeth on WWE TV, so I'm assuming that's who they would.
So we going old school here, huh?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Larry, what about you? Who you want to bring up? Larry?
If it's TNA.
Or you know what? Hey, go out of the box, go NXT, wherever you want to go. But give me your TNA guy, since Husey asked that question.
If it's a TNA guy, obviously, like he said, Hendry being hurt, I think you always have to go with your best quality guy. I mean, obviously, Nick Nemeth, Dolph, he can get over. I'd probably go a different route, because the crowd reaction, I'd go with Elias.
There we go.
It comes out with the Elijah. I'm sorry.
Elijah.
Yeah, Elijah. I'm sorry. We go through these phases. I'd go with Elijah. The guitar pop.
It would be so much better if Kevin Owens was there, though.
Yeah.
Because now we have this. What was the brother's name?
Damn it. What is the brother's name? I forget what this brother's name is.
The whole story.
Elijah?
But now we have a third one. Elijah. Who was he?
Oh, Elijah,
Anyway.
and if they did that gimmick, that would be funny.
Okay.
But I like the idea of a TNA invasion.
Okay. Here's an answer here. Aiden English, Dana Brooke, Elias, the Shining Stars, Kazarian, and Chavo. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, that's who he's saying that you could take over.
I guess so, yeah.
Lightning's gonna want to leave Top Dollar out of there.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave Top Dollar all the way out. Man, there's something. Top Dollar is horrible to me, man.
I like that though.
Okay.
I see what he's doing out there.
I would like that around War Games, because give me a nice little WWE TNA War Games match. Why not?
Oh, okay. Off topic here. We're talking about name draws, of course. That pop, as you said, Larry. Bring the Hardys back in. They're the only people who draw money out of TNA. Do they fit in as a surprise person for WWE in the future? They already did the crossover, up in New York City at Madison Square Garden, right? So why not bring the Hardys? That name right there.
Listen, they're TNA talent. They came over to NXT to do that match with WWE branded stuff. They're gonna get a run on the main roster eventually. Like, how could you not?
Okay. You're cool with that, Larry?
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Let them get a small little run here. Like you said, they're both
trying to wind it down, so
they're trying to wind it down. So TNA right now is really the best for them. They're not wrestling as much.
Right.
They're still making money off whatever appearances. But yeah, I think they might take a 6-month run on WWE to you know what I mean, finish strong.
Okay. Thomas Streamer, Fandango, Adam Rose, Curtis, Axel, and Joshua Matthews is what he's saying.
Oh, those are other people that he can put in feuds or like
I guess
an invasion. There's talent there in TNA. I don't think you can push it all at once.
I don't watch TNA. When's that on? What night's that on?
Thursday.
Damn, y'all gonna have me watching fucking Monday, Tuesday,
every day.
Damn, man.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Y'all know I got other shows to do, right? Y'all know I got other shows to do. Damn, man.
I started to realize I was watching wrestling every day. So then I kind of took I realized that I was like, wait a minute. I think I've watched wrestling every day this week. And I think it went on for like.
Wait, is there something on Wednesday nights too?
Yeah, man. AEW.
I don't watch AEW though.
AEW and Evolve.
Yeah, AEW and Evolve, WWE's Evolve, and what did I see the other day? What underground fed comes right on after? Is it CZW or something? I don't. It's something. I just seen it.
I think MLW is MLW Thursday.
It was MLW. That's what was on the other day. It came on. I was like, "What the hell am I watching?" I'm like, Curtis got me going nuts.
MLW, bro, but you gotta watch it because that's where I seen people like Jacob Fatu and MJF and
Okay, so now I know why on my TV program every damn day I got something GCW, all these different wrestling things every other night. That's what I see every night. I'm like, man, this is craziness. Listen, that's why we do so many shows out there. Listen, if you can cover a wrestling show for us and you're dedicated like these guys are, we all are here. Reach out to one of us and we'll get you started because our goal is to cover every damn thing since it's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
I would love
Saturday.
I would love somebody to come on the network and just primarily do AEW. That might make me want to watch it a little bit so I can come talk with you about it. Like,
yeah, you guys know AEW out there, get a hold of one of us on here. Don't be a stranger. We'll get you on here. I'll be honest with you. Kurt will tell you, I met Kurt at the damn bank and we just started rapping. And then 2 weeks later, my boys are on the screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so that's all it takes. It's all it takes, real quick. There's a rumor about the honky tonk man coming to TNA to feud with Santino. Is that exciting for you? Is he still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive.
He's like 75 years old.
This is gonna be like that Ric Flair. This is gonna be like that Ric Flair match. My man ain't gonna be able to move, right?
Would it be more like a administrative feud because Santino is like the authority figure there? Like,
yeah, because isn't he hurt too? Though, like he really technically can't wrestle, right?
It would have to be like a power struggle. If that's gonna happen. That's true.
Golf that comment that you just said on there. I comment that golf that comment that you're saying. I'm not even going to put it up there. I can't put that up there because there's a word in there. You're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th, 7th word I cannot put on the network, so I won't put that on there. So if you want to rephrase that, I'll definitely put it up there for you. Okay. Santonio's back injury.
Yep, thought so.
You're looking. That's definitely going to be a last man fucking standing match if those two got in the ring. Then a back injury and honky tonk at 75 years old. And the neck too now. See, that's a last man standing right there. That's just it's done and over with after that shit. But let's get into it, okay? Larry, you remember when I first met you, I said after all said and done, after I get you on network, I got a favor. Remember that, right?
Yeah.
Remember that, Kurt? When I first met you, I said I got a favor to ask you, right? Eddie, I asked you for a favor too. Now it's time to cash in the favor. So my question to you: what the hell is? Now we know what the favor is. Now we know what the favor is. Let's talk about this promo last night, okay? God, we had all of them in the ring. Seth Rollins was the biggest to me. He was just so funny last night. He was just carrying on like he was a clown in the ring last night. Just watching his expressions, like when he looked at Paul Heyman at the end and just like, oh shit, he sold that to me. His reactions to me sold a lot to me. But let's talk about this favor. Kurt, how did you feel leading up to the favor? How did you feel? Did you know this was going to happen? Because it's been 3 weeks now, Kurt, that we talked about this on every show. Were you cool how the favor went down and what it was?
So, literally, we had the show Tuesday. I'm driving somewhere the next morning, and I text Lightning like, bro, the favor is going to be Punk asking him to accompany him to the ring, because that's all I think about.
Okay.
Is So I had a feeling it was coming, just because, you know, when I sit up at night and I'll watch old episodes of wrestling, because that's what we like. There's something here, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna tell me what this favor is, because lately they love pulling out stuff from years ago and capitalizing on it. And no matter how long this was, what, 11 years ago, he stood in the ring and said, look, man, when one day you're gonna main event WrestleMania and I'm gonna be in your corner. And that's what he told him in the ring. Like, everything that he said to him in the ring, that it was true. Like, and Paul, he wants to be a man of his word, and that's what he told Roman. Like, I can't tell him no. That's my best friend. I gotta be in his corner, and that's where, yeah.
So the words of Paul Heyman leading up to this automatically told you right then he's a man of his word. It all began in ECW. You are going to wrestle. You are going to headline WrestleMania. And what better way to, Larry, we talked about this in the beginning, where it all started. It possibly where it all ended. I'm going to walk you to the ring. Let's take it back. Let's kick it old school here. Is that what you've seen too? Because Kurt texted you and told you exactly what's going to happen. Did you feel the same way? Was that the favor? It's
right here, Wednesday at 10:48 a.m. He texts me, I know what the favor is. I responded with question marks. He's like, the favor. He's going to ask him to be in the corner. Okay. And I had to think about it, and I'm like, oh my God, you might be right. It's the only thing that makes sense. And then, you know, it kind of overshadowed for a couple days there, and I was like, damn, I wish he said that on the show, because I'm starting to feel it now.
Okay.
And then just as how the thing started breaking down through the night, I said, man, Kurt's 100% right. When he rolled up, like you said, Seth pulled up in the car first. And then when, like you said, when he specifically agreed to doing it, to the favor without the even knowing what the favor was.
Yeah.
Again, I sat here and said, oh my God, Kurt is right.
Okay.
And then just the way it played out. Now, and I mean, you know, Cody said this a year ago, like, you're going to be a chief eventually with nobody.
Everybody's going to leave.
Everybody's going to leave you eventually.
And everybody left. Boom, boom,
boom.
Boom.
Starting
boom.
with Sammy, you know, Jay, Jimmy, everybody slowly deteriorated away. It's been a slow build for 10 years. I mean, this is what they're the best at right now is, like you said, taking old storylines. This is what Kurt does too. He'll text me late whenever, like, bruh, I just thought of this. Josh does the same thing, or other, you know, our honorary part-time Mark. He'll text me the same thing, bro. I got this amazing idea. What do you think of this? So, yeah. Once it started breaking down, I'm like, oh my God. And then, like you said, just the acting. Seth laughing because Seth kept saying, like, you screwed up, bro. You screwed up. He kept telling, and like you said, that's one thing about Seth too.
He just kept telling him reality is going to hit you again, and right there.
Yes.
Right there. When Paul Heyman wouldn't tell him no, reality's hitting you. That, like, yeah.
So,
And I love the pan ins, Larry. When like you said, when you said Kurt, you said, reality, the pan ins, and then when Paul Heyman said, "I can't do that," the first pan in was on Seth Rollins, like
falling to his knees.
That pan in sold me right there. Like that was just like, oh god damn! Like I told you, reality.
But Seth also said a few things that has to make you question a few things too. Like
sure.
Because he's setting the tone for it. He's like, listen,
he spit a couple evolution lines that Triple H say back in the day. That something's.
Yeah. All right, real quick. I'm going to go back to what I said Golf couldn't say on the show. You guys can get what I'm going with this word here. Talking about Tony Khan. Does he identify as a closet type guy? So you guys know where I'm going with that, but I won't put that word on the screen. You know what I mean? What do you guys think, real quick? Is Tony Khan? I mean, I don't watch AEW, so I don't know.
I just think he's a weirdo fanboy.
Okay.
I just think he's a super fan of. You can't hear me right now, Kurt?
I can hear you. I got you.
Okay.
I'm hearing the music.
The music. What music you hear?
What music you hearing?
Like the intro music is in my ear.
Brother, you ain't hearing nothing. I think you've been smoking some shit.
Yeah, what?
Bro, I don't know what music you're hearing, but I mean, you might be in the ring or some shit because you're hearing your own shit tonight.
All right, I'll stay on.
We'll give Kurt a minute to calm down and let those gummies exit his body for a second. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry, bro. What was the last question again? Too? What could you repeat that? What was that?
We're talking about Tony Khan, man. Basically.
Oh yeah.
Is he the closet guy?
I just think he's like I think he's a little bit weird, but I think he's just a wrestling fan who's just more of a fan than he is a businessman.
Well, damn, we lost fucking Eddie too. Jesus.
Yeah, man, it's just weird.
You man. All right.
Tag, you're in, brother.
There you go. There you go. Give me something, Larry, right there. Bring it. Other side. No, other side. Larry, I'm over here. Other hand.
I gotta sit. I gotta do.
There we go. There we go. All right, there we go. Tag it in. All right, we ain't even gonna tag his ass in because he left us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, all right, let's move on from Tony Khan. Let's talk about WWE here. Michael asked the question here. So the favorite is Paul Heyman in CM Punk's corner. Do you think there is more to this? I mean, okay, Larry, I'm going to put you the booker now. What is going to happen? What is more? What is more?
More is we got a whole 6 month worth of storyline coming. I think. I think we're going to go on a run the whole way to SummerSlam, like some of the other guys been saying on the network. I think we're going to get a lot of CM Punk Roman. I do. I'm teetering. I think Seth Rollins, and I think Seth Rollins is in cahoots with. Hey, because why was Seth Rollins there before Roman Reigns too last night? It's kind of he was there first. So why did he happen to be there first? So I think there's a lot of layers they're pulling out of this match. I think Saturday night, that main event, is going to take us into our next 6 to 8 months run with in between these three guys. I can't tell you where we're going. I can't wait to see what it is.
You're right. Eddie, what do you think could be a turn in here? I mean, we know he's in the corner of CM Punk here, but he is loyal to Roman Reigns. But as Larry said, there is that the box scenario where he shows up before Roman. He knows exactly when to come in. He already knows about reality checks here. He knows about Roman Reigns. He knows everything. There's got to be something with the name Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman, right? Do you feel that way?
It's going to be a double. Paul Heyman isn't just going to turn on Roman at WrestleMania. He's also going to turn on CM Punk for making him to choose against the tribal chief. This was Seth.
He's the architect. He is the architect, right? Yep. He is the architect, right?
Revolutionary.
Okay, but speaking of that, though, he is the architect, the revolutionary. Okay, Paul Heyman cannot get in the ring and change a match. What happens? How does he change the match? Because the walrus in the suit is not going to change a match, correctly? So how does this play out physically? Physically, how does that play out if that happens, Eddie?
I think that Drew McIntyre is part of the plan. Drew comes out. When the referee's down, he takes out both Roman Reigns and CM Punk, and then at the end of the night, a big group hug.
Okay, Larry. Eddie's got Drew McIntyre popping in here.
That's interesting. I honestly, man, I'm trying not to think that far out yet because, like I said, everything else got my mind in a spin. Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet. I do. I think there's, man, I do think there's going to be some type of double split. It's just interesting to see how things are playing out because just a year ago, Paul Heyman said at the Hall of Fame that he would never do anything without Roman Reigns anymore. So yeah,
which leads into this right here. Just remember, Heyman said he's loyal to Roman. It's going to be a swerve, and Heyman turns on Punk and stays loyal. Now he's got staying loyal to Roman here.
I mean, it is. It's such a. I could see him completely staying loyal to Roman. I could also see the turn. I think the longer. Yeah, I still think the real switch is between Punk and Roman. I think that's where this next storyline is going. So, man, I can't wait to see what's going on there. This one got me kind of stumped. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. We're looking forward to past at WrestleMania, all these different scenarios. But I think it was like 3 weeks ago. You know, you guys I watch UFC like constantly 24/7, and I was watching a podcast where they talked to Brock Lesnar about coming back. You know. Michael has it right here. This is what I might think here. Just remember, there is one other guy that Paul is loyal to, and that's Brock Lesnar. He did say on his podcast, I will be back in the WWE. The timing, I can't say. But what bigger stage? The beef, CM Punk, Paul Heyman. Roman, Paul Heyman. Seth Rollins, the architect. Maybe I have Paul Heyman. But the guy behind the curtains is Brock Lesnar. It could be another. Larry, you said 6 months. This shit could take us into 2027 with these 4 dudes and Paul Heyman.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, yeah. I mean, that's another guy he's super loyal to. You know, he's gained these relationships over the years, and now you're starting to see him play out on TV more.
Right.
Yeah, he's just a diabolical genius in all of this. That's what makes this so interesting because there's so many different layers that we could be like, hey, he's gonna do this, or he's gonna do that, or he's gonna do this. I think this is one of them ones, man, where we all make our predictions and we just sit back and really watch it play out. And I think it turns out to be just pure cinema because that's what most of this stuff been too. It's been pure cinema. That last night, that was again pure cinema.
Exactly. 100%.
And I think sometimes it's how Roman says certain words. It was kind of like he said the other day when they were all sitting around the table. He's like, well, what are you doing? You're like, you need a highlight. It's how Roman's starting to say certain words. So like he said last night, like, what are you crying? Like, and it's how he says it that makes it come out so much better. So, man, I would like to see a Paul Heyman led crew who's just like trying to destruct the WWE. I think that would be awesome too. It's just like we got this crew that's just trying to destruct the WWE. Like Heyman versus Triple H. We don't care about you guys' roles because we're all frustrated. Drew's frustrated. Seth is frustrated. What would you say? Brock can be, just frustrated. I basically got booted out of here without any proof of this, that. And the only person that's stuck by my side is Paul. So I kind of see where people's going.
And Larry, you're 100% right about that too, because last night through the promo, CM Punk said, they fired you. You believed in me. I believed in you. We built this. We blew it all up to where we are here. And now we're at WrestleMania. That's where I think it goes back to old school where Paul Heyman says, Larry, you're exactly right. We're going to turn this shit upside down. We're going to light it on fire. We're bringing in, my crew, the Paul Heyman led rivalry, the battle coming in here. That could be, but you're right, man. This is cinema, dude. I mean, we could say what we think's going to happen, what we can predict's going to happen, but I'll tell you what, either goddamn way, whatever happens, we're going to talk about the shit because it is something to talk about. I'll tell you that.
We got a movie.
Definitely, man. God, man.
It'd be easy to explain why Paul would turn on Roman. Paul can say, "Where was Roman when I got power bombed through the table? Where were you, Roman?"
Well, he was on his hiatus at that time, wasn't he?
And Punk didn't do anything about it. Like he told Punk to go with it. He was like, "Can I go with you? Take me with you."
Yes, he mentioned last night, right?
And he never took him with him.
That's where you could have reason why Paul would turn on both of them.
And that makes me really think about that because, just like you said, Eddie, why would you let me get power bombed through the damn thing? You were on your hiatus. CM Punk, take me with you. I didn't take you with you. The only person that never had really a verbal beef with him was Seth Rollins. Hey, I never did you wrong, actually. Take me to the promised land. I'll be you. I need you just as much as you need me. I can be better than Roman Reigns. I can be better than CM Punk. Take me. Maybe that could be the turn. We don't know.
What about the final boss? What does he have to do with it?
Okay, now here's the thing. I know he will be there this week because my friend does the pyro stuff, and they already put in his music for this upcoming week. So if he comes back this week, how does that play into, the whole going to the Cena situation? Or does he put his hands in the Roman Reigns deal?
I think this can go a lot of ways. So I think there's a lot to discuss because we do know that Paul Heyman still had a working phone for The Rock.
Yeah, you're right.
There was two phone lines. Obviously, the phone line with Roman got cut at one point in time.
Mm-hmm.
So we get the final boss back. I mean, obviously, he couldn't be happy about this.
But is it too much for the final boss with the John Cena Cody Rhodes thing, and also to put his hands in the Paul Heyman situation? You called the final boss. What's up? You need me? Is it too much? Both nights, because this is the headliner for night 2. I just can't see it because I think that are we going to put Cody John Cena on night 1 as the main event?
Mm-mm.
Then I don't think it can happen though, right?
I think the triple threats night 1. I would say Cody and Cena's night 2.
Kurt, is that you I hear? I thought I heard Kurt say that's night 1. Now I'm hearing shit. Oh, Kurt just muted himself. Okay, that was Kurt. Man, Kurt, you got me going crazy here, man.
I got an idea here.
All right, give me your idea, Eddie.
At the end of main event night 2, Heyman comes out and helps Cody beat Cena, and where it's Cody does the heel turn. Don't forget about the Hall of Fame speech, Heyman's Hall of Fame speech with Cody. So,
yeah, that's out of the box. I think that's out of the box thinking. Cody just makes them so much money right now. Everybody wants Cody to turn heel. He makes them so much money right now. It is not. If you were going to do it, you were going to do it just at this last one, which I wasn't sold on it then. So yeah, I don't see Cody turning heel anytime soon, especially with all the monster heels they got right now. Cody's the guy that because your two biggest faces in reality are Cody and Jey Uso. Jey Uso isn't gonna carry nothing. I mean, Roman's kind of a face right now. He's more of a tweener character. So CM Punk is a face, obviously.
A bigger
they
face
just
than
don't
Cody.
have enough strong enough faces to turn Cody heel. It just doesn't make sense to me.
What'd you say, Eddie? CM Punk's bigger than Cody Rhodes? I don't know. I disagree with that.
Huh?
I disagree with that. Hell no.
I think Cody gets some cheers, but Punk is popular everywhere. Punk's probably CM Punk is the number 1 baby face right now.
Listen, there's a difference between Cody Rhodes. I mean, to me, everybody looks at him as the savior. He is the face of the WWE, and this is the best thing that can happen to the WWE. Cena and Rhodes together. To me, that just blows it up to another level. Rhodes is just the face right now. No matter what, he cannot turn. There's no way he can turn. No way.
I mean, listen, man. He's got. I mean, he really doesn't run off any catchphrases
Right.
other than what do you want to talk about? But they don't really
Right.
make that like such a big deal. But between the belts, the coats, the kids dyeing their hair blonde, him coming out there kissing babies and kissing and hugging babies like he's the president every week. He stays after the show and signs
Mhm.
autographs and does there hasn't really been, other than Roman this last couple years, there hasn't been a guy who's really took on the whole I'm
Yeah.
gonna be your Hulk Hogan, your John Cena.
Yep.
There's not that. And Cody is just that. Like Cena said, he sat there and he listened and listened and listened the whole time. And this is how you learn to be the GOAT. Like this is how you learn how to be legendary. And that's what Cody did. And I mean, there's this is what you're supposed to do. He sat
Right.
there and learned off him all those years, and now he takes advantage of it in every single way, whether it's the tattoo thing,
Mhm.
like I said, the coats, the belts, the blonde hairs. You're he's gonna be a face for a long time.
Yeah.
It's not turning no time soon.
And Larry, you said it correctly to me. Like, okay, we look at John Cena, the Make a Wish Foundation. You know, the dude's done more Make a Wish, celebrity appearances
Anybody,
than anybody in history put together,
anybody.
basically. And just like with Cody Rhodes, he's out there being the president. He's out there kissing babies, saying the right things, being the role model. And then you go to the promo with him and John Cena. I don't want to fight this John Cena. I want the old John Cena, the OG John Cena. That's who I want. The person I respect. To me, he just like you said, the passing of the torch, and the torch can't be taken away right now. Cody is just carrying a torch on both hands. Love him or hate him, he is that guy no
He's the
matter what right
quarterback,
now.
like they've been saying.
Exactly.
They're
Exactly.
using he's the quarterback, man.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I'm not the biggest fan of it. Like even
Right.
Cena said it. Like I do. I think Cody's kind of dry.
Mhm.
Do. I think he's good. Yes, but
Mhm.
he's not for me. But
Right.
but yeah, right now there's you're not making any more money. That's your guy for the next 5 years at least.
Exactly. And who has the longer shelf life, Cody Rhodes or CM Punk? They're going to go with that guy to keep the torch going, and it's going to be Cody Rhodes. He's carried it. His
Yeah.
storyline is insane. Punk, yeah, you know what? He's headlining WrestleMania, but it's a level 2 rating for me on the Cody Rhodes story right now because
Oh.
Cody is that guy with the moneymaker.
I don't want to get too far off topic, but this is just like why the Undertaker isn't in my top 3, 5, however you want to do it, because he never actually carried the company by himself. And I think
Mm,
if you put the company in CM Punk's hands, he can't carry it by himself. Cody can. Cody got it right now. Cody's
yeah.
carried a company. There's levels to this Mount Rushmore of wrestling, as they say for me. And if they put the company specifically, hey, they put the company in Paul's hands and Paul did his job for 10, 12 years out of box. You know what I mean? You're the quarterback, Paul. We totally know that. This wouldn't work out.
I'm not the quarterback, man. We're a team here. We all have our hands in it, man.
We are, but there's a guy that we rely on. We know that he's going to distribute. He's going to do this. He's going to distribute. He's going to distribute the rock to everybody and put everybody in a better position. And that's exactly what Cody is right now. And there's nobody that can follow that right now.
Now, there's a couple comments I want to get to. First one, Range Ball says WWE isn't PG anymore. Cody can turn. I get that. Any turn can happen at any time. But I think whatever carries business the best, that's when we'll see it. But you can't take away one of the biggest storylines right now and it's flip the script. You want to carry that run until, Larry, like you said, all throughout the show, until it becomes dry a little bit. Maybe that's when we'll see a turn, an unexpected turn when we see, hell, who would have thought Cena? Who would
It
have
took
thought
22
Cody?
years for Cena to turn heel.
Right. That's what I mean. I think it's going to,
there.
when the well runs a little bit dry, we might see that. But right now, there's too much money involved. Michael says Cody needs new ring gear and get rid of his AEW gear. What do you think about that, guys?
That's you want to go? Go ahead, Eddie. I was just talking.
Yeah, he needs to get rid of, except for his song, he needs to get rid of pretty much almost everything that's from his AEW days.
Okay. Larry?
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, yeah, man, but that's what made him hot.
Yeah.
So, that, I mean, like you said, the music made him what he is. I think that plays a big role in it. And I do. If he scraps that gear, then I mean, what are you going to put on him? Because This gear right here is selling. Like I said, these little jackets, these little weight belts.
Yeah.
This is all money here, guys. Because I'm sure if we go to the shows, they're either probably making them coats themselves. I'm sure they're not selling them, but if they can, they will sell them damn coats. They will sell the shit out of those weight belts. He's money all around right now. So I get what you're saying. Yes, you want to scrap it because that's what. But this is what made him hot. Why? Sometimes you have to go what works, man.
Agree. Range Ball says Cody carried AEW right into the dumpster. I don't watch AEW, so I really can't comment on that.
No. Range Balls. That honor belongs to the Elite, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks that took AEW right into the dumpster.
Okay, Larry, you agree with that?
Yeah, I think a lot of people took it right into the dumpster. I mean, obviously, you got to start with the person in charge. Like, you got one guy in charge, and then, like I said, you can slowly see it going through the company.
Gotcha.
You see the rumors on the internet. I mean, there's no production meetings before the show, so you just got a whole bunch of just. It's almost worse than watching an indie backyard fed. Yeah, the honor belongs to Tony Khan. Yeah, it starts with the top, and then you can go into your young bucks, like Eddie said.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it falls in tiers because your Chris Jericho's. These are the guys that you're looking to lead us, and they're just out there doing whatever. So hell, we're all gonna just do whatever. John Moxley, all those guys. So yeah.
All right, let's get to we're gonna get to our comments real quick, Eddie. Michael says they flipped the script during the match versus Hulk versus Rock. I'm just gonna get to them real quick. The Rock and Hulk happened organically during their match. Excuse me, that Hulk became the face. Let's see here. We need Cody to have his first theme. It's production music. Also, 40 years. My 40-year-old buys the WWE dolls and merch for themselves, so CM Punk may in fact be more based on those facts. Okay. Will you see Cody's old theme for your new intro? Oasis is over. Okay. So I just want to read the comments out there, guys, because we're going on almost 2 hours here. Yeah. I mean, it's a great time getting involved with you guys. You know, you guys actually made me watch wrestling. You know, I want to say you have gotten me involved in NXT now a lot. You know, I mean, Tuesday nights, before your show, 8 o'clock. You know, I'm usually watching Hell's Kitchen or some shit. You know, now I'm watching NXT. You know,
well, it was we kind of lured you in. We kept telling you about these hot women that Shawn Michaels.
Man, brother, let me tell you something. Listen,
the women that you find down there are
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can keep going, Larry.
Yeah, they're almost out of the whole company. You can almost find all your top tier females right down there. Don't get me wrong. There's some hot ones up on that main roster.
Larry, I'll go back.
Shawn Michaels is really proving he's the Heartbreak Kid. He's bringing in them baddies, boy.
Larry, I tell you what, I still remember the day when I was at out of the house, and I text you and I was like, before the show I was producing for you, I was like, who the hell was this Vice girl? Damn, you know what I mean?
Like, yeah, bro, you got to keep up. I'm like, yeah, bro, there's some baddies down here. You got to keep up, dog.
Yeah. Oh, God. Let's see. Question here, answer here. For Vince McMahon, fault, he was the Iron Fist and Tony Khan was a tinfoil fist to run his company. Agree. I mean, yeah. See, Gordon Ramsay is over. He can really own as a manager. I watch Upper Shelf is what I watch because my food is different. You know what I mean? Even though Larry fucking yells at me about my food. But
some of it, man.
Yeah. Some of it. But hey, whatever I'm eating, man, I'm down 19 pounds this month, and I'm getting jacked, man. I'm going to be a WWE wrestler, man.
Hey, man, health is wealth, brother.
Exactly,
man.
exactly.
You for that.
Yeah. Well, before we get out of here, guys, we do have to let our sponsor out there know. 1-800-HURT-123, attorney Jason Fine, Big Al, motor vehicles, accident, slip and fall, workman's comp, personal injury claims, 3 convenient locations throughout Pennsylvania and New Jersey. First in New Jersey is Cherry Hill, 3 Greensburg Lane. In Pennsylvania, we got Philadelphia, PA, 1628, JFK Boulevard, Suite 2120, which I will be at next week talking to Jay. Also up in our neck of the woods here, we have Pittsburgh, PA, 500 Grant Street, Suite 2900. Make sure you reach out to 1-800-HURT-123, attorney Big Al. You might even get me on the phone if you call that number. Who knows? We take your case, mention Out of the Box Sports Entertainment. I promise you, no recovery, no fee. And man, this is unheard of when you're part of our family. 33 1/3%. We ain't going to charge you that 50. We're going 33 1/3% when you mention Out of the Box Sports Entertainment to 1-800-HURT-123. Find me a better discount. Find me a better discount to that 33 1/3%. Shit.
Big Al.
Big Al. And also, guys, this is our ending of the week here. This is the Atomic Drop, Saturday night, 9 p.m. I'm not even going to leave this up here. I'm just going to talk about it. So make sure you subscribe to us, Out of the Box Sports Entertainment, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok. Shit, I even heard a rumor we're going to be on OnlyFans coming up next year. I don't know if it's true, but I don't know. I'm working on my feet to show that shit. So who knows? We might be on there. But Larry, I got to talk to you about something real quick because I know we're in cahoots of a new show coming up. And I like to talk facts. I like to talk about what we know. And something's called Just the Facts.
Yes, as we all know, my favorite catchphrase, just the facts. We are brewing. I got to get on the ball. It's not the boss, man. I got to get on the ball. It's going to be a new program. Like I said, we're going to bring on indie wrestlers that I know, some possibly future stars. Like I said, they're up and down the East Coast, and some of them potentially on the West Coast. If I can get a hold of Keita Murray, which I would like to, he's on definitely probably like 3 hours away. So I'd have to get him on a super good schedule. But yeah, I'll just bring on independent pro wrestlers you should get to know. Come on, ask them questions. And since some of these guys have wrestled and been in locker rooms with a lot of guys, I know my boy Shane Malice. He's been in the locker room with AJ Styles on multiple occasions. I want to say he was just with Gallows just a few weeks ago, hanging out at his house, having a good time. Yes, Jim Life, I appreciate you. Just the Facts. I need some more t-shirts too, bro. We're ready to get some back on the market. But yeah, Just the Facts coming soon. JTF.
Yep. And Jim, I left you a voicemail. Reach out to me, man, whenever you get a chance tomorrow. If you're available, I need to talk to you about some things as well. Eileen checking in, saying very late to the party, but hi. Eileen's one of our greatest ladies out there. Has been following us for so long. She's actually part of our group chat as well. We're trying to get her on a show because I tell you what, Larry, if you want a female that knows wrestling, that's your girl, Eileen, right there. I'm telling you.
She knows her stuff about a lot of stuff, man.
I know she does.
I've seen. I think she likes the Jets, right? Or am I correct?
Yeah, she likes the Jets.
She knows her sports really well.
Does.
Yeah,
she does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Join us one night. Join us one.
And also, yes, Larry, Michael knows a lot of independent wrestlers as well, so we'll keep in touch with that one there. So,
get in touch.
Larry, I know Tuesday night, man. I'm gonna ask you. I have a favor for you. Okay, I have a favor to ask you. Okay, I know you won't be here Tuesday, right?
Yep.
Have I earned your enough respect to maybe jump on your show and help out for Part-Time Marks Tuesday?
Oh, absolutely, man. Yeah, I won't be here this Tuesday. But we want to keep the ball rolling. So yeah, man, take over for me. Come in, sit down, and take over the Marks for us, so you can do Raw, because like I said, I'll be in Detroit. So you can cover Raw and NXT, and hopefully you don't take none of my female. Take one of my. You can't have Jada Parker. Kurt's not here right now, so I can get away with this.
Hey, I just want Stephanie McCure. Okay, that's all I want. Okay, that's my girl. That's my girl. That's my girl. That's my girl. Okay.
Goodness, man. This is why we're always via satellite, because if we were in the same room, we'd probably be trying to choke each other every single week.
Don't be coming to my house, because you only live 3 blocks away from me, bro, in the middle of the night trying to strangle my ass.
Not far away, man. If I randomly just disappear, I might be on my way up there. So the screen might stay just like this. I might be on my way to see you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go use the bathroom.
Please
what the hell is that noise?
Yeah. Part-Time Marks this week, every Tuesday, 10:30. Kurt McGurk. Paul's going to take over for me. And hopefully, never know when we might get Josh back on, and Dave. So, yeah, guys, enjoy the show this week, man.
Definitely. I appreciate it. And finally, I actually get to say, it's Tuesday night. It's 10:30, and you already know it's time to mark about it. So I've been waiting for myself to do that for like 5 months now, man. Oh, man. Finally, I made it to the big time, baby. I made it to the big time. But last but not least, I do want to shout out a new show, guys. I have personally coming here. Larry and myself, Kurt, we all live in the vicinity together. It's in Johnstown, PA. It's in and around Johnstown. It's a new show coming in June. It's weekly spotlighting local businesses and organizations out there. We have about 19 people that's already signed up with us. It's going to be a 30-minute to an hour show where we're spotlighting local businesses out there. Even if it's, even if you don't own an LLC, you're something for the community. Trying to get Jim Crago on there from Ganji Graphics. I want to get him involved. We have Brock Cole from Castle Boxing, great friend of mine, who is the coach for the welterweight NBA and NABA champion Troy Sean Wiggins. We want to promote everybody out there. We don't charge you anything. We just want to bring the community better 1 week at a time. So make sure you check into us. If you're in our area or know somebody in the Johnstown area, reach out to them. Tell them to reach out to me. We'll get them on the show, because Larry, you said don't forget where you came from, man. Pay it forward. And that's what I want to do as well. So
absolutely.
Definitely. All right. You guys ready to get out of here?
Man, I guess it was a great show, guys. We went 2 hours tonight, man. That's
definitely.
It's a good show when we go 2 hours, man.
Definitely, man. I mean, listen, hell, we might just be called, like the Raw of the Week and SmackDown, and we go 3 hours, sometimes,
Yeah, yeah, we're going longer than Raw at this point, man. Raw's only going about
man.
2.5 hours now, so we're almost about the same time as Raw at this point.
That's what I'm saying. So, guys, our next show actually is going to be Monday at 6:00. If you're a Philadelphia fan out there, make sure you reach out to my guys. Sully Squad will be on Monday night, 6 p.m. They are going to bring the heat, talking Flyers, Phillies, Sixers, Eagles. So make sure you check them out on Out of the Box Sports Entertainment, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter. Do me a favor. Watch it, share it, tell a friend, pass it on. We want you out there because, listen, I can call Larry 24/7 and talk to him. I can call Adam. I can call Kurt. We can talk about shit. Reason why we do this is because every person that checks into the show, you're the reason why we do this. And thank you for everybody checking in. And Jim has now become one of my worst enemies. You know that, right? From Ganji Graphics, right?
Oh, Jim?
You know why, right? Yeah, you know why, right?
Why? What did he do?
You see this shit?
Oh yeah, he's one of them dudes.
Oh man. Oh, Jim.
Our friendship about 7-8 years ago started off real rocky, man. He looked over, I looked over. I'm like, man, you don't like the Eagles, do you? He like, oh yeah, man. I'm from Philly. I'm like, oh, I don't know.
Hold on. Before we get out of here, I gotta do something real quick. I gotta take my phone and block his number so we don't call my ass tomorrow.
But man, he's honestly, man, one of my best friends, man. He's been there for me. Man, he's always been there for me. Like I said, we became friends probably 7-8 years ago. Man, good dude, man. Do anything for you at the drop of a dime, man. I love that guy to death. Jim Life, you know it, my guy. I love you, man.
Michael's a diehard Eagles fan. He's been,
man. I told you we got more. Like, how do we have all these Eagles fans watching?
I don't know.
It could be a little worse. They could be Washington fans.
I'm cool with Washington fans.
Yeah, they don't really bother me. It's all these. I call them Philadelphia. I call everything is Philadelphia to me. Ugh.
Yeah.
Born and breed, man. Yeah, they're killing me here, man. The bird flu, man.
Exactly. Is Eddie coming back? Eddie hops on when we need him. I mean, I can get Eddie on anytime. We appreciate him hopping on as well. It's just hard when we have like 4 or 5 people on a show. I'm actually always the fill-in guy. The guy that is learning about the WWE, NXT. I'm just like the fill-in guy. These guys are the real deal. Kurt, Larry, Dave, Eddie, and of course Ken, who's the original host of the show. The reason why he's not here is because he's enjoying a night with his family at Hershey Park. So I try to fill in when I can. Hopefully, I'm doing justice, to do it. I don't know everything, guys. You know that, but I'm just glad to be a part of you guys listening to you, man.
Great job, man.
You know what, Adam? You can go suck on something, brother. Who won the Super Bowl? But you know me. This is what I respect. Okay, you know me on my Cowboys show. I always give praise. We're talking about the goddamn Philadelphia Eagles this Wednesday on the Cowboys show, and also on NFL Weekly Chat. So, yeah, Adam, you won the Super Bowl. Okay, enjoy. Every fucking squirrel, every blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while. Okay, very simple.
We always say a dumpster gets a steak dinner once in a while.
Hey, you damn right. You know what I mean? Yep. The video of the Eagle fan eating horse shit was gross.
That told the whole story about all of Philadelphia for me. I'm glad you brought that up. That told me everything I needed to know about all Philly fans.
Hey, listen, from a person who lived in Philadelphia for 28 years of my life, man, it was just insane. Like, I live 4 doors down from Chicky and Pete's, the original Chicky and Pete's, the biggest sports bar in Philadelphia. I live 4 doors down from there. Everybody knew me. They respected who I was. I respected them. I just hate the fans that come out there and say, Cowboys suck. Why do they suck? Can you tell me? I don't know. I was raised that way. That's fine. But I've had my car window smashed right outside Chicken Pete's because I had the 5-star logo on the back of my truck, my SUV back in the day. Seeing somebody come out, smash the windows. And I'm like, well, shit, I'm a pretty smart guy. Let me get this on video. So I videoed the whole thing. Hey, man, you should smash that window too. Boom, smash that one. Shit, while you're at it, smash that one. Boom. You should really fuck up his tires too. Boom, fucked up all 4 tires. Guess what? 2 weeks later, Paul got all brand new windows tinted. He got 4 new tires. He got paid. Yup. Thank you. See, Eagles fans are dumb. Cowboys fans are actually smart, even though we don't win shit. You know what I mean? But Michael says, did you see the CD Lamb video? I did not see him. I don't really pay attention to people, what they do in media, because to me, I could care less what you do outside of media. I watch a little bit of it, Michael, but I really don't watch certain things. I've actually been off Twitter. I've actually been off Twitter for a while because I can't stand the new Twitter, honestly.
Yeah, I got on Twitter one time a long time ago, and I just didn't understand it. I was like, I'm never coming here again, and I never signed on again. So
yeah, I talk about certain things, but not like I used to every day. Like tonight, I didn't even really tweet about UFC, of course.
If you want to find me on Facebook, Instagram. You know what I mean? That's where you're gonna find me at.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Snapchat.
All right, so guys, we're going to get out of here. My name is Paul Spencer. That is Black Lightning right there. And if you're tuning in, you can call the man BL right there, Black Lightning, because you are a friend up in the network, and especially to him. And also, that guy over there is the professor of old school wrestling. That is Eddie Prather as well. So, guys, I'm ready to get out of here because it is 11:02 on a Saturday night.
And we lost Kurt.
And we lost Kurt. My man was hearing voices in his face. He was like the Randy Orton out there, hearing voices in my head and shit. Like, damn,
Be careful, Larry. You may get punt kicked by.
Oh yeah, I know. I have to make sure I didn't say anything slick to him on the show today because I don't know where he's at.
Yeah, I gotta watch what I say about y'all because y'all are right around the corner from my ass. You know what I mean? So I gotta watch what I'm saying about you guys. I ain't gonna hold no beef.
I'm safe.
You're safe. You're hours away.
Yeah, you're in Arizona, man. So if I ever take a trip out there, I'm not going to tell your ass.
It's still early over your way, actually.
Definitely. Michael said, last comment is good show, fellas.
Thanks, Mike.
He says, thank you. Now, we appreciate you, but we appreciate you even more. We appreciate you guys even more. Thank you. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Tell a friend, man. Tell a friend, because
tell a friend,
our goal is to make you happy. We do what we make you happy. We make fun of ourselves. We don't, Larry, what's the coin you say? We don't know shit, but what do we always say on your show?
Yeah, man, we're the guys who know everything, but we don't know shit. So we love everybody's opinions. We love everyone's comments because you're never wrong. You know what I mean? We never know who's right about what. Hey, we make some predictions on here that we are correct about. So yeah, man, it's just a hypothetical. We are out of the box. That's what we are.
Definitely. That's what we are. Out of the box sports entertainment, where we think we know, but we don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? So Tuesday night, part-time marks 10:30. I'll be hosting the show with Kurt and Dave, most likely, and Eddie if you're available as well. And then Saturday night, Atomic Drop will be back 1 week away from WrestleMania. So, and also, guys, April 19th, 6 p.m., we're going to be live with the prediction show. 30 minutes after that, we're going to do a reaction show. Sunday, we got you covered for the whole entire weekend. 6 p.m., pre-show predictions. And then Sunday, reaction show. Larry, we might be on until fucking 5 o'clock in the morning after both nights on reaction, brother.
Oh my goodness, it's gonna be a long weekend. I'm probably gonna take that work off Monday just so we can make sure we can talk about everything that's gonna happen over that WrestleMania weekend.
Definitely.
I'm excited, guys. I'll be there.
Definitely. And if you're out there, you know what? Reach out to us. Let us know your prediction for the show so we can get you involved in it as well because I want to see who knows what the storyline is going to be. This week, we might put a little bet on it, okay? Who gets the most right this week? How about we do something like that between the hosts? And if a viewer out there gets it better, you know what? Fuck it. I'll send you a gift card to somewhere like a known place, like a Dunkin' Donuts, which is everywhere. If you guys beat us, I'll put the money in and I'll send you a gift card somewhere out there.
I'll send you a part-time Mark shirt if you.
There we go. See, that's what we're doing. All right, guys. My name is Paul Spencer. That is my friends call me Black Larry. Scary Larry Burke, Black Lightning. That is the professor of old school wrestling, Eddie Prather. Guys, thank you for tuning in. We will see you next Saturday night, Atomic Drop Podcast. Until then, have a good weekend.